And now I'm cheesing my way back to you, Van, with a burning cheese inside. Time to talk pack.
First, before we get into the game, I'd like to talk about the Packers Pro Bowl um, nods here. 7 of them, which is the most, or tied for the most this year. I think the most in Packers history as well. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers got in at quarterback. He's
Well
he's
deserved.
he's noted as the starter. Aaron Jones got in for running back.
That's another, I mean, honestly, well deserved, I think.
Bakhtiari starting at tackle.
Deserved it.
Elton
Earned it.
Jenkins. Elton Jenkins starting at guard.
Elton Jenkins, wow. I mean, he's had a good season.
I mean, he's filled it. He's started to snap in every position on the line, and he's not allowed a sack. So yeah, very well
Yeah, that's,
deserved. Zadarius Smith
yeah.
starting at outside linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, he's been the most disruptive player we have by far. And I think as you look across the league, he's up there.
Mm-hmm. Jair Alexander starting at cornerback.
I
I
best in the NFC, definitely. Maybe the best in the league.
missed one. Hold on. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. No, sorry, Devontae Adams, starting at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man. He just got the he's what? He's number 5 now on the touchdown catches in a single season.
Yeah, something like that. 17 so far. And he also joined Chris Carter and Randy Moss as the only players in NFL history to have a season with more than 100 receptions and more than uh, 17 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, Randy
And and he sat out for 2.5 games with injury. Can you imagine how good he would? I mean, how even better the stats would be if he had played those 2.5 games.
it's
It's wild.
crazy. And they emphasized this during the last game, the commentators did. But his release package off the line, because I always think like, how can he get open? They know he's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And like what the a normal wide receiver when they're releasing off the line, there's this hand
The hand
fighting
fighting.
and
Yep.
they need to like do something cheap to create that separation.
That's not cheap. It's just whatever.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like the
Yeah.
standard whatever.
Yeah.
Devonte Adams does not even need that.
Just his feet.
His release package off the line is it's so fast, it's so deceptive,
Yep.
it's incredible.
I mean, history in the making for sure. I mean, I think if he gets one more touchdown, I think he breaks the Packers touchdown record. I saw that he has passed um, Favre and Driver. Rodgers and Adams have passed Favre and Driver in the all-time Packers receptions category.
Yeah,
Uh,
franchise.
Favre and Driver was 486. Rogers Nelson was 469, and at the time I saw the stat, it was 489 for Rogers Adams, but I think it went up since then because we were still mid game. And Aaron Rodgers joined some pretty healthy company here in setting a record with the fewest interceptions to 40 touchdowns. He joined Aaron Rodgers in 2011 and Aaron Rodgers in 2014. When they had, I think it was maybe 7 and 8 interceptions in both of those ones when he got to 40 touchdowns. This year was 5.
Crazy.
So I mean that game, honestly, we looked dominant on offense.
Yeah, we
I
really
don't think
did.
we didn't punt one single time.
We didn't punt one time. Fuck, I thought we had one punt.
Did not punt one single time. AJ Dillon, man, he got his opportunity here because Jamal Williams was hurt and Aaron Jones apparently had his toe acting up. AJ Dillon was given the reins and he took them and went with it. That kid looked amazing.
That dude,
He ran for 124 yards on 21 touches with 2 touchdowns.
that dude is big. That's a big ass dude.
That's one thing I did notice is that was not quick, but he hit hard through the line.
I mean, it's just like when you got December football,
That's
AJ
what you need.
Dillon AJ Dillon is built for December football.
Yes.
He is, I mean, he's more in the style of like a Derrick Henry who we got to play face to face here this week, but he's more in that build like the like quick, straight, take it. I mean,
He's a bruiser. Yeah.
he's a bruiser. Thank you. That he's a bruiser. He's exactly right.
Now, would you believe going into this game? Would you believe that I would tell you that our backup running back would have more rushing yards than Derrick Henry?
I didn't. I would
We held
never.
Derrick Henry to 98 yards on 23 carries. His longest rush, 10 yards.
Yeah. I mean, we kept it contained. I didn't notice this, but they were bringing Adrian Amos down to play like a fluid
Hybrid,
linebacker position,
hybrid, yeah. Yeah, he was in a hybrid role, and I
and
mean,
he was making those tackles. He was doing it.
mhm, he was.
I was
Uh,
impressed.
we had a couple turnovers too. We had two picks. What right? It was Darnell Savage, and then I forget who else it was. But I mean, our defense looked stout, and I said after the game, this is the first game where I've truly felt we've played 4 quarters of ball, like 4 consistent quarters, and we looked like we truly belong in the top tier of the NFL.
Oh, Christian Kirksey got the other one on that kind of
Yeah.
goofy. Yeah, that was yeah.
I mean, we looked like we belonged in the top tier of NFL teams, and
Did Tennessee not punt either?
um, they must have.
The the stats say that Green Bay had no punt returns. So
Oh,
they
that.
just
But yeah, we could take no. There were fair
there could have been
catches
a
and
fair
stuff.
catch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And Ryan Tannehill. I mean, short of the Ryan Tannehill 45-yard run, which was
That was an
that was
embarrassment.
complete trickery, right? I mean, everybody's focused. It was a short yardage thing. Of course, everybody's looking at Derrick Henry. Of course, you Um, Rodgers throws a pick, fine.
It was the first like sloppy pick of the season.
I think so. He said he committed a quarterback cardinal sin
He threw it across his body. He's rolling, I think, to the right and throws back across his body
across
to
his
the center
body.
of the
Yeah.
field.
Yep.
I mean, that is a cardinal sin. And it was the first like because he's had some interceptions where I was like, yeah, I can see that shit happens. But this was like, all right, man, that's like you got to decide not to do that one. You
Yeah.
just got to wherever your feet get you. That's it.
Yep. Another couple standouts. I thought Rashawn Gary has been looking so good the past handful of weeks.
He's looking super solid. I mean, I, I can't say enough because he came out like the kid was always very athletic, good build, good size, dude, and just like his skill has progressed steadily week
As it
after week.
should. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he had that big shoulder injury when he was at Michigan too. And I think last year that kind of like, it kind of kept him a little bit more reserved. But man, this year he's playing lights out, and he's not getting the huge stats. But if you watch plays when quarterbacks are getting sacked, he is in there consistently.
yeah. The pressure he's putting on there, you can't overlook it.
I mean, so let's see what else do I have here. I mean, there were about 3 times during the game where out loud I said, "What the fuck?" and a Devontae Adams catch because that dude is insane. That one that Rogers dropped into him on the far sideline, and at the last second he puts his arms out to catch it. That's the other thing too is when defenders running trying to catch up with him, he doesn't put his hands out early so that the defender can kind of try and swat for the ball. No, he at the very last second puts his hands out to catch.
I mean, that is some pro shit. I have noticed that. I mean, he's an all pro player, all league player. I mean, the way he's playing, he might become an all time player if
I think
this
so. I mean, I think
if
if he
this
gets
continues.
yeah, if this continues, he's we're talking about Hall of Fame.
I mean, he's already at a point where you could mention him in the Hall of Fame and be like, yeah, yeah. But I mean, a couple more seasons like this, and
Mm-hmm.
this shit is out of control. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I, I would not. I don't think anybody would argue him being in the Hall of Fame today. It's not a very long season. We've had
It's just the duration of like the
because what this is
duration.
his what is
This
this
is
fifth
his. He
fifth?
was drafted in 2014.
So this is his sixth season.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's.
I mean he's definitely getting close to being. I would say he is definitely top 3 receivers in Packers history,
I'm
up
just
there
saying.
with Don Hudson and Donald Driver.
I'm just saying, man.
But
I
Don
think you
Hudson
can
and
make.
Donald Driver did it a lot longer.
I'm just saying, man. This is a new. This is un. This is unprecedented pace, in my opinion. It's just incredible.
One thing I'm getting a little concerned about, though,
Yeah,
slightly concerned about, our kicking team. Mason Crosby missed another extra point.
yeah.
I think that's 3 on the year, and we also had a blocked field goal. that got graciously turned around because of an offsides penalty that was
Pretty
pretty
dicey.
that was pretty marginal. That's one of those ones where it's like, nah, you should just let him play on that one.
Yeah, I mean, if he was offsides, I mean, you needed a laser measurement to figure out if he was
Yeah.
actually offsides because it was very, very close.
I mean, same thing with Aaron Jones ripped off a long run. He ripped off a what was it, a 59-yard run, and he stepped out of bounds barely. And there was a ref right there, like
Yeah,
looking right at it.
really close. I
Well, if you
mean,
watch,
less.
if you watch the replay, his head was up looking at the runners versus down looking at the line.
Yeah,
But the Titans didn't challenge, and they absolutely should have. They had, it was on the opposite side of the field, I think, but the replay is still up on the jumbotron. Like you gotta throw that flag.
yeah. This was a game early on that I was feeling like we were gonna have to put an asterisk on the W, and ultimately we were just dominant all the way. But I mean, but still, man, that's
I mean, we were shutting down Derrick Henry consistently. We were shutting down their offense consistently. Take away that 145-yard touchdown,
oh,
and now
and
we're talking.
also flip the field on the possession for Tennessee on the field goal thing.
Well, but still, you take away that one touchdown that Ryan Tannehill ran for. Then we're talking 40-7. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that was the most consistent game we've played all
Those were
year.
two. I'm just saying those were two huge, huge officiating errors.
Okay, give him two touchdowns on that then. It's still 28-40 then.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like we just ended up being too dominant in the end, but that was to me
I mean,
those were
which is funny
huge
because
mistakes.
that is a 98 yards rushing or 90 whatever it was for Derrick Henry is a huge game for most people.
Yeah, solid,
But
very
keeping
solid.
Derrick Henry under 100 yards is like that was so good. That was clutch. But I don't know. I was very happy with it. You know, and so next week we control our own destiny here, getting the first seed. If we beat the Bears, we're in playing at Soldier Field. We mentioned earlier that the Bears have. I've heard from some people saying that they have the hottest offense in the NFL right now. Since Matt Nagy gave up calling plays, they've been on fire. But if our defense plays like it did on Sunday, we'll be all right.
Agreed. I don't have anything to add to that. Let's just go pack go and fuck the Bears.
Go Pack, go! Fuck the Bears! Bye.